What's up, guys? So I'm over here in Laramie at the Petro, pulling out now. Sun's out. It is 10 o'clock Eastern time, so 8 o'clock here. It is Tuesday, so I did have a problem yesterday. After I got loaded and I was headed out, I ended up having a coolant leak over there at the 8480 in Utah, where the 84 meets 80. And I pulled over because my light came on telling me that I needed to stop. You know, the red light comes on, tells you to stop, add coolant. Well, so I stopped. I looked all over the place. I couldn't find exactly where it was coming out at, and I was starting to really get nervous. It looked like, I guess, where the engine was hot and how it was leaking, it looked like it was a head gasket. It looked like it was seeping out from around the head gasket and everything on top of the engine. But luckily I carry extra coolant in my truck, which is something my mentor taught me a long time ago. Just make sure I have at least 2 or 3 gallons in there. And so I ended up stopping right there on the ramp to get onto 80. And I filled up with what I had in my truck, and then I made it down to where you're supposed to do that U-turn, because you know, 80 the 8480 eastbound ramp is closed right there. So I had to go down, and I went over. I parked right there on the side and ran over to the 66, the Phillips 66. I picked up their last 3 gallons, because when you're not an operator, you kind of got to think ahead. So I'm leaking a ton of coolant. There's an international dealer in Salt Lake City, and that's the closest one to me. Or I could try to make it east a little more. I decided to go ahead and go down to Salt Lake City, which was going to be, I think, 46 miles to the Rush Truck Center. So from what I put in at the ramp right there, then I drove over to the Phillips, bought their last 3 gallons of whatever brands they had, and I put it in the truck, and that made it to it was 16 miles down the road. I think it's exit 146. That's where I ended up getting. I pulled in at the Sinclair truck stop. I bought an extra 5 gallons just in case, because you know that road is going through the mountains, up and down mountains the whole time. So I made it there. What's cool about the Salt Lake City Rush is they open at 7 a.m. They close at midnight. So I got there like 11 o'clock at night, and I went ahead and checked in, and the next morning it was probably 8 o'clock, and they had my truck in the shop looking at it and checking all the hoses and everything. They ended up finding one of the hoses on top of the engine, or toward the top of the engine, where it was sitting on the engine. It rubbed a hole in it, and I guess where it was nighttime last night and I was using my flashlight, I felt around all the hoses. Maybe, I don't know, somehow I missed it, but maybe it was because I couldn't see very well. But it ended up like, yeah, so where it was set on the engine, it just ended up rubbing a little hole in it. A sufficient size hole in it to leak that, 3 gallons in 46 miles. But I went ahead and had him replace it. It was like $600. Actually, I think it ended up being like $550. It was below what they quoted. Plus the $150 probably worth of engine coolant I had to buy to make it there. I mean, you could think that's a lot of money, but at the end of the day, if it was a head gasket or something, you know, that's a few thousand right there, at least, probably closer to 5 or 6. So I was eager, yeah, I was happy to get out of there at a $500 or $600 repair bill. I was looking at new trucks, kind of entertaining the idea of getting another truck, not a new one, but the Rush Center had 2 2015 Lone Stars, and I think they only had like 220,000 miles on them. So I was looking at that, and I think I'm gonna hold on to this truck. I think they wanted 79 for the one I liked, the Lone Star that I liked. They had a 2017 Pro Star with 340,000 miles on it, and they wanted 70 grand with 0 warranty. Now I drive a Pro Star now. It's got 571,000 miles on it. I've had the rings, and so like I've had the rings redone, which, you know, that's the whole upper end pretty much, and then all the emission stuff has been changed before. So, and it's a 2014, 571,000 miles. And they offered me below 11,000 for it. And that's when I decided, you know what, I think I'll just keep this truck for a little while, because there's nothing really wrong with it. I get good fuel mileage. I've already made it into my home, you know, so I already have everything where I want it. I wasn't really impressed with the new Pro Stars or the LTs. It kind of felt like I was just climbing right back into the same truck I already have. Now I did take the Lone Star on a test drive. It's got the 13-speed ISX 15, the Cummins. I can't deny it. I liked it. That was a nice feeling. That's the one thing. This truck is perfect for me. It's perfect for a beginner. Perfect for somebody that is on a budget when they start. You know, this has been a pretty good truck for me. I've went. You know, all trucks are going to break somehow, but I've went a few months barely putting anything on it other than you know, I do my oil changes at 15,000 miles, where some people do it at 20, 25, 30. I do mine every 15,000 just to make sure. I use the Mobile Delvac 1540, and yeah, everything seems to be going. I don't leak any oil except out of my filler cap. I don't know if any of you guys drive a Pro Star, but I've had it replaced 3 times under warranty, and the filler cap still leaks everywhere. So I mean, and it doesn't leak a lot, but it's enough to like make the whole side of the engine nasty all the time. But, so yeah, I ran into some problems. I was really stressing out last night when I got there. I was like, man, I was just talking about, like, while I was sitting at the Boise stage stop, I was looking at trucks the whole time, just because I was bored, and you know, I was just curious what was out there. But I guess my big thing would be, why spend $80,000 on a 2015 Lone Star that has 220,000 miles and no warranty? Or I could spend, you know, 35, 40, 45, you know, somewhere in that frame, even up to 50, 55 on like an old W9 or a International, or, you know, a Peterbilt, any of those, something that's got character, something that's pre-emissions, and I think I'd be way better off if I was going for something like that anyways, you know. Getting bad fuel mileage, I don't know if I can stomach that. I'm just so used to getting 7.5 all the time. But I would like a different engine, and I think I want more torque and horsepower for my next truck, just because some of these mountains are getting a little ridiculous. Like, as I was leaving Salt Lake City, there's numerous mountains where I was going like 15 of them. And that's super slow. And as you can hear now, I'm going up the mountain now, so I just dropped below 45. And I'm at the bottom. But, yeah, I just want to give you all an update. Like I said, I'm leaving Laramie. I've got another 4 hours and 20 minutes to drive. And I should be making perfect timing to get home Thursday night. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, so I finally got parked. I am, last time I talked to you, I was leaving Laramie, I believe. And I'm now in Hershey, Nebraska, exit 164 on I-80. So I think I ended up doing just like 670, 680 miles, not too much. So yeah, my truck was in the shop this morning, and it got taken care of pretty quick. I was out of there, I think, by 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock their time, so not too long at all. But when I left, as I was pulling out of the, not that parking lot, but I was coming around the curve, and my coffee pot, my like entire coffee maker, fell off the top shelf, and I didn't empty it out, so the coffee grinds and everything was still in there, or coffee grounds, whatever you call them. And so that went all over the truck. And something else crazy happened to me today. Oh, I forgot to log all the way out of my system, and they took it for a test drive at the after they fixed my coolant leak, and so it started my clock about 30 minutes early, probably only like 10-15 minutes on the drive line, and then the rest, I think it was like 19 minutes on duty time or whatever. But I'm not stressing about the my 70, my clock getting back home, so that shouldn't be a problem. I did send an email to the guy that's in charge of doing the PeopleNet issues and everything. He's the only one that's allowed to change that. So I sent him an email, told him what happened, and so hopefully I figured he would have fixed it before he left, but he didn't. But the only problem with driving at like this hour, like parking at 2 o'clock in the morning, is it's always hard to find parking spots. So I can usually rely on this place to have parking spots at night. I usually park here on the way out, and every now and then on the way back in, but they do not do a good job parking. Like, there's probably, like, some of these people have like almost enough space to get a truck in there, but it's not. And it's, there's probably, you could probably fit an easy 20 more trucks in here if people parked right. But I guess that's one thing with the dirt parking lot, you get what you get, because everybody just swings in, and they don't, like, some of these guys don't even dang straighten up. It looked like they swing in from the back and just gotten try to get parallel with the guy next to them, and if they did, they did. If they didn't, I guess he just left it like that. But yeah, I just want to give you an update of the day. I can't believe they offered me less than, well, what he did, he asked me all the work I had done to the truck, and if it was verified under an international deal or anything, like to get warranted work, and everything I've had done to the truck has been under from Rush and International. And then all he did was he came inside and got on the computer and looked up some auction trucks, you know, half of them didn't run or whatever, but he's like, yeah, see, this one's only 12,000. It's got 510,000 miles on it, and yours has got 570. And he's like, this one's only 8,000. He's like, so it would definitely be less than 12. And he's like, and after looking at some of these, you know, I probably couldn't even, I would probably have to offer you a little bit less than that. And yeah, that's when all of my interest in getting a new truck just disappeared, you know. Like, this was, like I said, doing good for me. No need to change that. I've got the aftermarket seats. This seat's comfortable, you know. I've got all like the little homey things in here to make it feel better. And you know, I might want a different truck in the future, but I've got to get my money out of this one, especially since I still owe, I think, 3 years on it. I need to get as much money as I can out of it before I either get rid of it. But at that point, what's the point of even getting rid of it if they're only going to give me a couple $100 or something? I might as well scrap it out and sell it for parts. But I'm gonna keep her as long as I can, and just put the money I need to in it and keep it going, keep it, you know. I'm not going to go cheap like, you know, some of these people you see driving down the road. They got duct taped fenders on and missing mirrors and stuff. I'm not going to go cheap. You know, if something needs fixed, I'm going to fix it, but I'm not going to invest a ton on it. I did like that Lone Star though. Every time I got in it, it's different. It's a different feel altogether. But I'm gonna get off here, hit the bed, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I kind of cut back on the videos I'm making. I didn't know if I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. I don't know if I want to do them every day or every couple days. I don't want them to get old super fast, you know, especially like if I don't have much to say. I don't want to just keep going over and over again. I'm sure some of y'all be getting bored of me talking anyway, so I'm just trying to not do that, but at the same time, you know, make a video every week or so. We'll figure it out. You know, some days I might do 2 or 3 or 4 in a row. But it is what it is. If nothing's major happening, like me sitting at the Boise Stage stop for 3 days, I don't feel that you need an update every day. But I would like to start making other videos other than just the vlogs. I know I have a lot of ideas. I just, you know, some of the topics I want to talk about, I need to do some research on and make sure, like, if I'm doing statistics or something, everything's like perfect. Or and sometimes that guy got close to that other truck, but sometimes it's just you know, if I'm just going off the top of my head, you know, some of the stuff I could be saying, I don't know, I feel like it could just be made up sometimes, because I'll forget what I say, even like right now, and I'll go back and look in the videos later while I'm editing or, you know, cutting scenes or whatever, and I'll remember that I said some stuff. But if I'm if I'm doing a video of something important, I want to, you know, write it down, make sure I have all the information, all the key points I want to hit before I put that out there, especially if it's not a vlog and it's not something that changes, you know, very often. But I'll see y'all later.